Hello everyone. Today let's talk about Patterns 101. Patterns are a great tool that can be used to cut your fabric to exact measurements without really having to measure over and over and over again, because patterns are reusable. Let's talk about the different types of patterns. First, let me show you a commercial pattern. It looks similar to this. There's different brands. They come with the sizing on the back. You know, what type of fabric to use, knit or polyester or rayon or silk, whatever it is, it'll be here. That information will be here. They have instructions on the inside, and you open it up. It'll be a very thin piece of paper with different patterns with the sizing attached to it. You can get these commercial patterns at your Joann Fabrics, at Walmart, at Hancock's, Hobby Lobby, on and on. You get the point. Commercial pattern. On patterns, I like to use the poster board. It's not easy to rip, and it gives me more form when I'm cutting on the fabric. Now you can do this by measurements. You know, your arm depth, your waist, your chest, and your collar, and the length of your torso. You can do this by measurements, or you can use an existing piece of clothing that you have that you can just lay on top of it, fold it in half, make sure everything is nice and neat, and you trace around it and duplicate that top, maybe in a different pattern. Maybe you make some alterations. Oh, you might want this tighter, you might want this looser. Patterns are a great way to make it fast. Now I can make 3 or 4 different types. You put it on there and you go and cut. You can download PDF files and print them out. Put them together where it says to put together. We'll go into that deeper in another tutorial. And you have a pattern. And then the other way you can do is create a PDF. I use Illustrator, Adobe, to make my digital patterns. It's easier for me. Even I can just, if I make a hard copy, I can scan it in and I'll have it on my computer. If I need it, I'll print it out and make whatever I choose to make that day. So let's get started. Scissors, fabric scissors, and pins, and let's start with a pattern, a printed pattern. Today I want to make bibs. My cousin's having a baby. I'm super excited. It's the only girl. So I'm going to make bibs. I printed this offline and I put it together. I followed the instructions. I put it together and I have a bib. Of course, most patterns are on the fold. What does that mean? On the fold. So I have material here. My fabric. And guess what? I don't like this is, you know, on the fold, the way it comes off of the bolt. Okay, I want to make many, so instead of wasting fabric, I break it down to the size, the exact size that I need actually. So you get it. I put it on the folds and I cut it out, but guess what? When I open it, you have one whole piece because you're cutting it on the fold. Both sides are even, both are cut the same, so on and so on. So you always want to make sure that your fabric is straight. Okay, this is probably going to be a little difficult to see, so I'm just going to stick some color in here so that you can see. I'll move it when I cut it, just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm straightening my fabric, and I'm going to just place my Now, you can always alter patterns. 99% of the times I alter patterns because I wanted my own little twist on it. I may want it a bigger. Of course, I want it bigger than this. And I want the hole to be deeper. So yeah, I place it exactly on my fold. Now I'll just use the pins to pin that in place. Now remember, I want mine bigger, so I'm going to extend it when I cut. My fabric is pretty thin. For a bib, you know you want it to absorb. So we're going to work around that. So I'll probably have 4 pieces on my bib. 2 white, 3 white, and 1 fabric. Okay, you want to make sure everything's all nice and tight, and because when you begin cutting your fabric, you are going to be. So I'm going to extend this end part down because I want it just a bit bigger, maybe an inch, and I'll just follow my pattern. Some patterns come with seam allowance, some do not. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. I'm going to cut the way this is because I don't want to mess up this pattern, but I'm going to make this hole, this neck hole, a bit bigger. Voila! We are done cutting one full side. I'll just show you really quickly before I cut my other 3. I put my own little note there. Voila! We have a bib. Yeah, you see that? Isn't that, this is gonna be extra cute. No messing up her pretty clothes that I'm gonna make her. Haha. Okay, so I'll just do that. Same step. But I wanted this deeper, right? So maybe half an inch. I'll just bring it around the cut. There we go. Yes, yes. Beautiful. Since I changed my pattern, of course I'm not going to use my printout anymore because then it won't be the same. I need this to be the same. Okay, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe my video if it's helped you at all. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. No pressure. Just want to make that even. And place it on the fold. I need them to be the same. You want to keep everything the same. You know, every quarter of fabric, I'm getting about 3 of these out of here. So it works out well. It's not bulky. It's not like a towel, nice and rough. It's pretty thin, but it's an absorbent material. So, not complaining. Thank you, New York Fabrics. I just love them. I love their customer service. They have 2 stores. Both stores are great. It's family ran. They're very family oriented. You go in there and we chat like we've known each other forever. The sisters and the dad, they're just wonderful. Kudos to them. I'm doing my fabric haul there actually. So here we go. Oh, it's too short. What did I do? What did I do? I didn't have enough space, but it's okay. You know why it's okay? It is okay because I will just use that part here on the absorbent part. How about that? Because I'm so nifty. Huh? Listen, when you're cutting, you want to leave the bottom of your scissors on the table, bottom of your scissors on the table as you're cutting, and you are only moving the top and sliding because you don't want to chop your fabric. Okay. Tip. Okay, I just like to even my fabric out before I wash anything. It's just my little pet peeve here. It makes it so much easier just to move on. I'll cut up my little square. You never know. Don't throw away your scraps. You can always use your scraps. Okay. So let's work on our bed. So I have 1, 2, and then I have a cloth. Life of a sewer. It is so wonderful just to create. It really does something for me. I know I can't speak for everyone, but this is a passion. Like, I literally dream about someone creating how to do this, how to make this work, how to do that, you know. It's really a lovely thing. So I have 3 here and 2.5, I'm gonna call it. Then I need a top fabric. And I picked this little cute cotton poly mix. They're at New York Fabrics. And I'm going to use this for the top. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to waste my fabric because I can use every last little. I'm making skirts and biceps for my little baby cousin. So of course I need all the fabric that I can. Remember, I just want to use a little piece. I don't have to worry about the stretch because it's not a stretchy material. I'm going to cut into it just as it is. I'm going to use my bib. It's on the fold, both sides. Nice and even. Pins, pins, pins. Listen, if you're new to this, if you're a beginner, you want to use lots of pins when you're pinning down your fabric, when you're pinning down your patterns, your pleats, because you don't want it to move. And you want yourself to look nice, you just have to be patient. Pin it down, pin it down, pin it down. Great. I just cut that Most people cut it on the wrong side. I cut it on the right. Well, for this, I'm cutting it on the right side because cut the neck hole. There we go. Yay. This will be the easiest. This has to be the easiest project, beginner project ever. So now I have my back. Here's my middle. It's not the same, but it's not cut exactly the same. It happens. But once I sew it down, then I'll trim it. And here's my front. That's my back. And this is what my front will look like. Give it a little bit. Super cute. Excuse my phone. I'm going to be getting emails all the time. I love connecting with you guys. And I use Google Plus and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and I just love connecting with you guys, watching other YouTubers' videos, and just supporting one another. So if you guys have any ideas or requests or suggestions, let me know. annspikescollection@gmail.com, or you can just put it down in the comments. I do see my comments. I do respond to my comments. So that's the back, and this is the front. I love it already. I'm super excited. I'm sitting here thinking, what color will I make the trim? Since the ladybug is the one standing out, I'll probably do it in red. I don't know. I really don't know. That's a decision that we have to make as we're creating our clothes for our family and our loved ones and our friends and ourselves.